Alright, good late afternoon everybody. SuperJax01 here now. It's time for a VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray update for today, September 26, 2023. I got a total of 13 items. I got 2 VHS tapes, 3 DVDs, and 8 Blu-rays. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start with the VHSs first. I got both of these tapes off eBay, actually. Hey, we got one cardboard and one clamshell. We'll do the cardboard case first. And this is the, I believe, 1994 or 1995 VHS of The Crow. Yep. Spectacular, stayed by Chicago Tribune. Thrilling, stayed by the Los Angeles Daily News. Action Pack, stayed by WBAI Radio New York. And A Triumph, stayed by Playboy. Yeah, a lot of critic reviews on this VHS. And exclusive features Brandon Lee's last on-camera interview, including never-before-seen footage. Oh, yeah. I do have this film, as you all know, I do have this film on DVD, so I will do a comparison of 2 different versions of The Crow. For a lot of the items in this that you'll see in this update, I will be doing comparison videos of them. Yeah. This is a classic. You can't. I recently just did a review of this on Letterboxd, so if you want to go check that out, go ahead. Yeah. As we all know, the infamous story of how the lead actor, the late Brandon Lee, was inadvertently killed on the set of this movie. This year will actually mark the 30th anniversary of that. I'm sure most of you know the story, and I explained it when I showed the DVD in my December update, but I'll explain it again just in case I don't know. The late Brandon Lee, he plays the main character, this character here, Eric Draven, and they were shooting a scene towards the end of filming. They were shooting a scene where his character gets shot, but apparently the prop gun actually had real blanks in it, and he got shot in the abdomen, and it actually killed him. Yeah, he died right there on the set. And yeah, so to finish the movie, apparently he was already 98% through filming and only had a couple scenes left to film. So basically they decided to finish the movie by, they basically used the body double, in which the body double was actually Chad Stahelski, the director of the John Wick movies. They used the body double, and then they would they digitally imposed Brandon Lee's face on the body double. Well, they'd do that, or maybe they would have, there's also a scene where they had his character stay in the shadows and never look at the camera. That kind of thing. To use that to complete the remainder of his scenes. Yeah. I always get emotional watching this movie. Well, not really emotional, but I always get, sad whenever I see Brandon Lee's performance, because you could tell, like, this movie was going to skyrocket his career. Like, I think he probably would have been as famous as, like, Keanu Reeves or Leonardo DiCaprio and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't believe he's been gone 30 years. He's now been gone longer than he was alive. Anyway, here we got the spine, the top, the other spine, and the back. And there's more critic reviews. Well, there's one thing right here. The year's most talked about film. But we also got Brandon Lee as sensational by Rolling Stone and the best movie of its kind since the original Batman, stayed by Chicago Tribune. Yeah, this is just a... If you haven't seen this film movie, I definitely recommend checking it out. Anyway, here we got the tape, ink label. The print date is April 29th, 1995. That was printed 10 days after my father's 32nd birthday and 20 days after my mother's 31st birthday. Yeah, there you go with this VHS of The Crow. It's kind of weird. I got this and the next VHS. They're kind of both Halloween themed, even though these next two, these aren't Halloween movies. They're kind of good movies to watch around Halloween because this movie takes place around Halloween. All right, the other VHS I got, this VHS was actually sealed, believe it or not, but I opened it. This is the 2000 Gold Class Collection VHS counterpart of The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. As you all know, I've had the DVD counterpart of this for over more than 11 years now. I will do a comparison video because aside from the DVD, I do have the original 1999 Masterpiece Collection VHS. Yeah, this is a pretty good movie. This is my favorite of the Disney package features. This was the last one of the package features because it was released in 1949. Because then the following year in 1950, they went back to doing feature-length films with Cinderella. Anyway, here we got the spine. In the back, Fantasy with All the Disney Magic, saved by the San Francisco Chronicle. That's the same critic that's on the DVD. Unless you just got the Lonesome Ghost short film, the Mickey Mouse short film, the one that stars him, Donald, and Goofy. And that's a great Mickey Mouse short. I'm going to open this up. As you can see, yep, sorry, I'm trying to get the camera focused. Here we go. Here's the tape, ink label. The print date is September 5th, 2000. But yeah, There you go with the 2000 Gold Classic VHS of The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. All right. Now we're moving on to the DVDs. I have 3 of them. The first 2 aren't. One of them isn't Disney, but 2 of them are. I got all 3 of these at the Music Magic store in West Warwick. I got these all for $1 each. So we'll do the 2 ones. The first 2 are Disney. These are both DVDs of Disney direct-to-video sequels. First up, we have the 2005 DVD of The Return of Jafar. Yep. As you know, I do have the original Aladdin on DVD and Aladdin the King of Thieves on DVD. I never owned The Return of Jafar on DVD, so I'm glad I will. I do have the original 1994 VHS, so I will do a comparison of 2 different versions of The Return of Jafar. Yeah. I gotta rewatch this movie, actually. This used to be my favorite Disney direct-to-video sequel, but now it's The Lion King 1.5. But, you know, this is still not I remember this being a decent film. I know Martin S5 1989 has this DVD. I don't know who else does. Anyway, here we got the spine. Back. Jafar is back with the greatest power of all. Bunches got Wish at Your Own Risk, Disneypedia Wishes Around the Game, and Disney Song Selection. Can open this up. Here we got the DVD guide. There's 20 chapter selections. And here's the disc, which has artwork. You can see Aladdin, Jasmine, Abu, The Magic Carpet, and Iago. Yeah. Still, this DVD of Return to Jafar is not bad. Alright, and the other one I got, this is Martin S519. I know you'll somewhat like this. This is the 2008 DVD of The Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea. Yep, there's the Disney Movie Awards and Disney Fast Play. Martin, I know you also have this DVD. I don't know who else has this DVD. I know some people have the original 2000 DVD, which I don't have, but I do have the VHS, so I will do a comparison of 2 different versions of The Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea. I know Martin S519, if you're watching this, I know you'll like this, because recently you bought the live-action remake of The Little Mermaid on Blu-ray. I know I didn't buy that, and I'm not going to. I still haven't even seen the movie. For this movie, The Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea, I just got this because I own the original Little Mermaid on DVD as well as The Little Mermaid 3 Ariel's Beginning. So I'm like, might as well just complete it. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. Like I said, I met Jodie Benson. 2 of the actresses in this movie I'd met at Rhode Island Comic Con last year. I met Jodie Benson, the voice of Ariel, obviously, and I also met Tara Strong, the voice of Melody. Yeah. Yeah, this DVD is from 2008. According to what I heard, this DVD was not in stores for very long. Apparently, it was only in stores for a month. Apparently, the DVD, it came out in December of 2008, and it went back into the vault in January of 2009. So it was only in stores for about a month. That was kind of weird. But anyways, you can see we got the spine. Back, full of fun, full of the fun and same kind of magic as the original has to by Bill Hoffman in the New York Post. And yeah, I don't really think so. But I just got The Little Mermaid 2 Underwater, new venture challenge game, The Little Mermaid 2 DVD storybook narrated by Jodie Benson, music video, new deleted song, Gonna Get My Wish, and more. Yeah, I gotta rewatch this direct-to-video. I remember not being too crazy on it as a kid, but I actually do remember there is one character that's actually voiced by Clancy Brown. It's so funny because as we all know, Clancy Brown is the voice of Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob, and when he talks, he used the same voice that he uses when he's voicing Mr. Krabs, which I think is kind of interesting. Yeah. Here we got the Disney Movie Awards code. Here's the disc. It's a holographic disc. You can see Ariel, Melody, Flounder, and Sebastian. Yep. But yeah, there you go with this DVD, Little Mermaid 2 Return to Sea. And the last DVD, this is the only actual movie I got. I have the 2 sequels of this movie on DVD, but now I have the original Spy Kids on DVD. Real Spies, only smaller, yep. As you all know, so now I've completed the Spy Kids Trilogy DVD, because I do have the sequels, Spy Kids 2, The Island of the Lost Dreams, and Spy Kids 3D Game Over on DVD. And yes, I know there technically is a 4th movie, Spy Kids All the Time in the World, which I'm never going to buy it, because that movie is awful. It's straight out awful. I refuse to acknowledge its existence. Yeah. I know there was also the new reboot film, Spy Kids Armageddon, which just came out this past Friday, and I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to see it. I've heard it's actually okay, and actually some even say it's better. It's an improvement over All the Time in the World, so that's good enough for me. Yeah. Of the 3 original Spy Kids movies, as I said, I'm pretending this is just a trilogy. I think this is the weakest one, but still a really, really good movie. Like I said, I just think films 2 and 3 were better. Like 3 is my favorite of the trilogy, as you all know. That Game Over used to be my favorite movie of all time. It's not anymore because Jaws is now my all-time favorite movie. But I still have a soft spot. It's funny. I was rewatching the Spy Kids trilogy not too long ago, and because I watched these movies all the time as a kid, and I don't know why rewatching them as an adult, I never realized how corny and cringy a lot of the dialogue in these movies are. It's like an actual child wrote the script for them. I'm sure that's what Robert Rodriguez did that intentionally, but it's just funny to think about. Yeah. Anyway, here we got the spine, the back, a charming and clever family film stated by the Los Angeles Times, and a treasure stated by Roger Ebert, the Chicago Sun-Times, includes teasers and theatrical trailers, and there's not really many bonus features. Now, some people have mistaken this for being for Spy Kids. Some people have mistaken this for being a Disney film, which it actually, I can understand why it is, though, because this is not a Disney film. It was released by Miramax under the Dimension Films label, but I can understand why some people thought it was a Disney film, because during the time it was released, Miramax was owned by Disney. So a lot of the trailers for the 3 movies often appeared on a lot of Disney VHS tapes and DVDs from around that time. And not helping is that all 3 films were shown on the Disney Channel repeatedly during the 2000s and 2010s. I don't know if they still are or not, but they were shown. So I can understand why so many people have mistaken this for being a Disney film, but it's actually not. This DVD is a reissue that was released by Lionsgate, actually. So as far as I know, if I'm correct, Lionsgate now owns the rights to Spy Kids. So this is not a Disney film. Anyway, here we got an Eco case right there. And here's the disc, which is over. You can see Carmen and Junie. Yeah, the original Spy Kids is not bad. Like I said, this is the introduction to one of my all-time favorite actors, that being Antonio Banderas right here. As you know, he plays Gregorio Cortez. Can't go wrong with Antonio Banderas. All right, now we're moving on to the Blu-rays, and I just want to actually clarify a mistake. There are actually 14 items in this update, not 13. There are actually 9 Blu-rays, so I apologize for that mistake. Anyway, this first one, I got a couple weeks ago at the Barnes & Noble store in Warwick, Rhode Island, and this is the Criterion Blu-ray of The Princess Bride. This is the 4K one. As you all know, for those who follow me on Letterboxd, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. This is my 3rd favorite movie of all time, only just behind Jaws and The Outsiders. And for those who've been subscribed to me during my whole year, you all know I've had this film on Blu-ray for 9 years. This is the 25th anniversary of Blu-ray. This I got for my 13th birthday 9 years ago. Yeah, can you believe it's already been that long? I'm still going to hold on to this for sentimental value, so I will do a comparison of 2 different Blu-ray versions of The Princess Bride, but I decided to, get this just because I was thinking it was time for an upgrade, and also getting in 4K. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't release this Criterion Blu-ray last year, because it would have been convenient to commemorate the film's 35th anniversary, because last year would have been the film's 35th anniversary, because we all know the film itself came out in 1987. But yeah, this is a classic. You can't go wrong with this. Here we got the spine and the back, and there's no critic review, but then there's all this information because it's a Criterion Blu-ray. I'm not going to read because, that'll take up too much time. But, yeah, here we got the book. Anyway, here's the 4K Blu-ray, which has Buttercup and Wesley, and then here's the regular Blu-ray. I'm not going to take it out, but it's basically the same artwork. Yeah. This is the second Criterion Blu-ray release of this film, because there was an earlier one that came out in 2018 that was just a standard Blu-ray, but this is a reissue that includes a 4K. But yeah, Princess Bride, great classic. All right, now this next one, this I got at Best Buy in Warwick, Rhode Island a few weeks ago as well. Oh, this is the 30th anniversary edition Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray of The Nightmare Before Christmas. As you all know, I do have the 2008 Blu-ray, so I will do a comparison of 2 different Blu-ray versions of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I'll have a lot of comparison videos to do. This was released because this year will mark the film's 30th anniversary, because we all know the film itself came out in 1993. And as we all know, on October 20th, Disney is re-releasing the film in theaters to commemorate its 30th anniversary. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a great classic. This is probably my favorite Disney holiday film. And contrary, for those who probably don't know, although I'm sure it's well known now, but I'll just say again, despite his name being right there on the cover and everything, Tim Burton was actually not the director of this movie. He wrote it and produced it. Henry Selick was the director of this movie. But yeah, The Nightmare Before Christmas, great, great, great classic. You can't go wrong with it. Here we got the spine, back for the first time in 4K Ultra HD High Definition. Orange just got deleted scenes, the making of The Nightmare Before Christmas, an audio commentary, song selection, Tim Burton's early film, Frankenweenie, Tim Burton's original poem, and what's this? Jack's Haunted Mansion Holiday Tour. Yep. Here we got the digital copy code. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which has Jack's skeleton, and here's the regular Blu-ray. But yeah, The Nightmare Before Christmas, great, great, great classic. All right, now this next one, this I got about a week and a half ago at Target in Warground. This was on the clearance rack, or not really a clearance rack. This was just on the sale thing. Target has this little shelf at the end of the movie section that's filled with like cheap DVDs and Blu-rays, similar to the $5 bin that Walmart does. This first one, this is the Blu-ray of Hereditary. 5 stars. This generation's The Exorcist, but heads will spin more savagely. Stay by the Time Out, New York. Yeah. This was a very, very interesting horror movie. This was the film debut of Ari Aster, who wrote and directed this movie, and it has a great, phenomenal performance by Toni Collette. Like, I'm honestly surprised, many people are surprised that she did not get an Oscar nomination for this movie. And again, the Oscars are never kind to horror movies. But yeah, this was a very interesting movie. I don't love this movie as much as everyone else does, but I still think it's a decent film. Very disturbing. I'll probably say this is probably one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen, if not the most disturbing. Here we got the spine, the back, a triumph for Toni Collette, stayed by the Los Angeles Times, and a modern day horror masterpiece by USA Today. Bunches got Curse, the nature of Hereditary, deleted scenes, and evil and miniature photo gallery. Yeah. Yeah, this is, and again, I'm not surprised how good it is because it's an A24 film. Yeah, this was also A24's highest grossing film until Everything Everywhere All at Once took that crown. Here we got the digital copy code, which is long expired. Yeah, this movie came out back in 2018. And here's the Blu-ray disc, which is a blue disc. And then here is the DVD, which is a gray disc. Yeah, trying to get... But yeah, Hereditary, very, very dark movie, but definitely good to watch. Probably around this time of year as well, if you're looking to watch some scary movies. All right. This next one, this I got at Best Buy back at the end of August. A couple of these Blu-rays I got back in August. I don't remember actually, I got these on their release dates. I apologize for not really remembering them fully, but, you know, what are you going to do? This first one, yeah, so this one I got at Best Buy. This is the 4K Blu-ray of The Blackening, the first great horror comedy of the post-Get Out era, stayed by IndieWire. Yeah, We Can't All Die First. Yeah. Now, I really, really enjoyed this film. This is currently one of my in my top 10 favorite films of 2023. And although technically it's a 2022 film, basically the film itself, it premiered at the technically it's technically a 2022 film because the film premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival back on September 16th, 2022, but it wasn't released theatrically and worldwide until June 16th, 2023. So because of that, and since that's when most people saw it, I'm counting this as a 2023 film. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film, really funny. I saw this in theaters back on June 20th, and yeah, this movie is absolute hilarious, right? Blind by it even, like, you know, this movie was absolutely hilarious. Here we got the spine, back. You are a black character in a horror movie. Can you survive? Yeah. Bonus just got an audio commentary with director Tim Story and writers Tracy Oliver and D. Wayne Perkins. Do the Right Thing. They Can't All Talk First. Shall We Play a Game? Cabin in the Woods. Who's the Blackest? Game Show. Theatrical trailer and more. Yeah. This movie is just a hilarious riot. Here we got the digital copy code. Have I entered that in? Yeah, the case is a little damaged, but what are you gonna do? Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which has all the characters, and then here's the regular Blu-ray. Yeah, same artwork and everything. I gotta be very, very careful with this. Yeah. I definitely recommend checking out The Blackening. You will not be disappointed. You will find this movie hilarious, I guarantee. Alright, now this next one, this I got at Best Buy 2 weeks ago. This is a film, I was surprised. I didn't think this film would ever get a Blu-ray release, but I'm glad it finally did. The Blu-ray of Air. Oh yeah. One of the best movies of the year, easily. This is the true story of when Nike created the Air Jordan shoe and pitched it to Michael Jordan back in 1984. Yeah. This is a film. It stars Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, Viola Davis, and a bunch of others. Ben Affleck also directed this movie. I saw this in theaters on opening day, like on April 2nd, I think it was. It was a double feature day because this film opened the same day as the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I saw both films on opening day. I saw this movie first and then Super Mario Brothers movie second. Yeah. I didn't think this film would ever get a Blu-ray, would actually ever get a Blu-ray release, because then slightly after, when it ended its theatrical run, it began, streaming on Amazon Prime for many months and with no announcement of a Blu-ray release. But I'm glad it finally did, because that was originally the plan. Because this movie was originally supposed to be released. It was supposed to be a streaming exclusive. It was supposed to be released exclusively to. This movie was originally supposed to be released exclusively to streaming on Amazon Prime, but then when they had test screenings, the audience feedback was so positive that they decided to give the film a theatrical release. So I'm glad they did. Because yeah, this is a great movie. Definitely recommend. It's one of the most sad. It's one of those movies that puts you in a good mood. You ever got the spine and back? Some icons are meant to fly. Yep. Here we got an eco case, and here's the disc. It's a red disc. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking out an Air. This is just a phenomenal movie. Definitely recommend it. All right, this next one. This I got at the Walmart in North Kingstown, Rhode Island, back in around 3 weeks ago. So yeah, sorry. And this Blu-ray came out 3 weeks ago, and you all know what it is. Yep. The 4K Blu-ray of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Yep. The best Spider-Man film ever made, by Jake Hamilton of Fox TV. Oh yeah. This was a fantastic movie. This is not a surprise. As you all know, I definitely thought this was an improvement over Into the Spider-Verse. As you all know that, although I really liked Into the Spider-Verse, I wasn't like a die-hard fan of it. But I still really enjoyed it. But this movie was awesome. I saw this in theaters on the Thursday night preview screening. And yeah, this was great. We all know this is actually part one of a story, because this movie ends on a cliffhanger, which I'm not going to spoil. But I know some people were put off by that. The sequel, Beyond the Spider-Verse, is set to open sometime next year. Hopefully. I'm sure you all heard about the controversial. There was some controversy around this movie about the what went on behind the scenes and stuff. And how, most of the artists were forced to work for free and overtime and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, because I'm sure you all probably know the story. Yeah. In terms of favorites, also, this is of all Spider-Man movies in general, this is my third favorite behind Spider-Man No Way Home and Spider-Man 2. But yeah, definitely recommend it. This is currently my third favorite movie of 2023, just behind Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Oppenheimer. But this is the best animated movie of the year. I haven't seen this film since I saw it in the theater, so I'm looking forward to rewatching it soon. Here we got the spine, back. You've never seen anything like it in your life. It's by Peter Travers of ABC News. Also, you got Blu-ray exclusive, over 90 minutes of special features. Deleted scenes, Miguel calling, I'm Gonna Do My Own Thing, International Destiny, Across the World, Dodging New Dimensions, Designing Spiders and Spots, Scratch's Score, and the Music of the Multiverse, Escape from Spider Society, Across the Comic Verse, lyric video, and a filmmaker's commentary. Oh yeah. Gonna open this up. Here we got the digital copy code. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which you can see Miles. And then here's the rear Blu-ray, which you can see Miles and Gwen. But yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, fantastic movie. All right, now this next one, this I got at Walmart in Northstown last month. This is an infamous one. I got this the day it came out. The 4K Blu-ray of The Flash. We all know the story of how this movie bombed horribly at the box office. It's one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. And I'm sure Warner Brothers is grateful for how well Barbie did during the summer, because that pretty much, because of how much money Barbie made, they were probably to make back all the money they lost from this movie. Yeah. As you all know, I saw this in theaters twice. The first time I saw it was actually an early advanced screening a week before the film came out. Warner Brothers was doing was so confident in this movie that they were doing all these free exclusive screenings in the weeks leading up to the release of the film. And I think that's what really hurt the box office potential, because then by the time the movie came out, the people that were actually interested in seeing this movie had already seen it for free. So I really think they should have thought everything through. Many people boycotted this movie because of Ezra Miller and stuff like that. I'm sure you all know the story of Ezra Miller, which I'm not going to explain. I'm not going to go into that further, but yeah. And also, I enjoyed this film. I thought it was a good movie, not like the greatest thing ever. And that was another problem. For whatever reason, they decided to. James Gunn and David Zaslav decided to go around. And they publicly called this movie one of the greatest comic book movies ever made, which is, everyone agrees, that is not even close to being true. And I understand opinions are opinions, but you got to be careful when you say something like that publicly, because I feel like them saying that probably led to I think that's one of the things that led to people not liking this movie, because I think they, calling this one of the greatest comic book movies ever. I think a lot of people went into the movie with very high expectations and then expecting some kind of magnum opus masterpiece, and then I guess they ended up being disappointed in the end, which I can completely understand. This is an enjoyable movie, but by the way, this movie definitely has a lot of flaws. I will definitely agree with that. Yeah. It's so funny though, they thought this was going to be a huge blockbuster film, and then it ended up not. Anyway. Here we got the spine. Back, worlds collide. I just got features at it's on making the Flash, the return of Michael Keaton as Batman, Supergirl scene studies of the epic Bat chase and battling Zod, plus the original script podcast story, The Flash Escaped the Midnight Crisis, deleted scenes and more. Yeah, this film was in development hell for many, many, many years. Directors came and went and stuff like that, and writers changed and stuff like that. And then there was the Ezra Miller controversy. I happen to wonder if maybe they ever thought that maybe they should have shelved this movie instead of Batgirl. But I guess, they didn't show this because apparently they had so much confidence because of how well the test screening results for the movie were. Now, this is the Walmart exclusive version that comes in this interesting packaging, which is actually kind of cool. Oh yeah, there's the digital copy code. I'm going to take the disc out there. Yeah. Sorry. Here's the 4K Blu-ray. Yeah, thank God the discs are easy to get out. And then here's the regular Blu-ray. But yeah, there's some artwork. You can see Michael Keaton's Batman, Barry Allen, and Supergirl. I know Eric MacArthur, I know you really liked Supergirl. She was a good highlight of the film. And yeah, it was cool seeing Michael Keaton's Batman back, as well as seeing a brief appearance by Ben Affleck. Yeah, I can totally understand, though, why a lot of people really did not like this movie. It's definitely not for everyone. Like I said, they should not have gone around calling this one of the greatest comic book movies ever made, but it's still an enjoyable film, definitely one of the better DCEU films. All right, and next up, the next one, this I got at Best Buy, I think it was the week before I got the Blackening Blu-ray. This is Asteroid City. Oh, yeah. This is one of those films where the more I watch it, the more I like it. This is a Wes Anderson film that came out back in June, and I think I think some people were like this, they were very apprehensive by, how many big celebrities were in this movie. Because on the cast list, from the trailer, we got actors and I'm going to read this entire cast list: Jason Schwartzman, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, Jeffrey Wright, Tilda Swinton, Bryan Cranston, Edward Norton, Adrian Brody, Liev Schreiber, Hope Davis, Stephen Park, Rupert Friend, Maya Hawke, Steve Carell, Sophia Lillis, Matt Dillon, Hung Chow, William Dafoe, Margot Robbie, Jake Ryan, Tony Revolori, and Jeff Goldblum. I know some of those, I find weird that some of those actors are billed so highly, considering the fact that, Hung Chow, William Dafoe, and Margot Robbie, and Jeff Goldblum only appear in the film for one scene. Not together, each of them only have one scene in the entire film. I was very apprehensive about, I figure having that many celebrities would be overwhelming, and thinking, literally any other celebrity. That's what happened with the movie Amsterdam, where although I like that movie, I will admit the amount of big celebrities weren't necessary. Some of the characters in that movie felt like they were just there so that way they could have a big celebrity. But here, I think it actually worked. every character that the celebrity played was like, somewhat integral to the plot. Not all of them, but at least somewhat interesting and felt necessary to be in the movie, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people weren't too crazy on this movie. I was kind of mixed on my first viewing, but the more I watch it, the more I like it. Because I understand there's not really much of a plot to this movie. It's more of a hangout film. Here we got the spine, back. Wes Anderson's best movie ever, stated by IndieWire David Ehrlich. Most years got The Making of Asteroid City, Desert Town Pop 87, Doomsday Carnival, but Montana and the Ranch Hands and The Players. I don't think this is Wes Anderson's best movie. Obviously, my favorite is Fantastic Mr. Fox, and yeah, I'm kind of mixed on how I feel about Wes Anderson. There's some of his movies that I really like, and some of them that I really don't like. I'm gonna open this up. Here we got the digital copy code. Here's the Blu-ray disc, which is a see-through disc, and then here's the DVD, which is kind of a mint bluish greenish disc. But yeah. Asteroid City, it depends on what your cup of tea is, but definitely give it a watch. Like, at least stream it first before buying it. Alright, now this next one, this I got today at Walmart in North Carolina, and this Blu-ray came out today, and y'all know what it is. Yep. The 4K Blu-ray of Elemental, the newest Pixar film, and I really loved this film. And I'm so glad it did so well at the box office compared to how, It's so funny, its box office story, I recently rewatched this on Disney Plus, and its box office story is just incredible. How, the film opened June 16th, 2023, and it opened the same day as The Flash, and that's when people started getting concerned. They thought, it's so funny, they thought, it would have, done horribly because if it was opening against The Flash, which everyone thought was going to be a huge hit. But then, of course, it had, I think the worst opening weekend for a Pixar film, or maybe it was the second worst, I don't remember. But then the film hung around in the box office during the entire summer and ended its run with almost $500 million, making it considered a sleeper hit. And it's also the most successful animated movie released by Disney since the pandemic. Yeah, this is a better story compared to how badly Lightyear bombed. The previous Pixar film, Lightyear, bombed horribly last year. It's funny, everyone thought that was going to be a big blockbuster film, and then that bombed horribly, but here, it was different. And I agree, because I think a lot of people were worried, similar, and also not helping was that Strange World, or Walt Disney Animation Studios' previous movie, Strange World, did horrible at the box, even worse at the box office last year. So, some people were worried that, we're growing to a custom to the point where people are going to skip these Disney movies in theaters because they know they'll be available on Disney Plus a few months later. But I'm glad people went to the movies to go see this film. Walt Disney Animation Studios' next movie, Wish, is opening this November, and hopefully that movie does well. It'll be great if it does well to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. Yeah. I definitely enjoyed Elemental. Here we got the spine, back, burns bright with Pixar's signature blend of vibrant, revolutionary animation, stated by Luke Hirfield of Awards Watch. I just got Amber and Wade, learn how these characters were brought to life from early designs to final effects. Next stop, Elemental City. Join director Peter Sohn and crew members to explore how Elemental City is built for its different habitats. Theatrical short film, Carl's Date, filmmaker's commentary, and deleted scenes. Yeah. Here we got the digital copy code. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which you can see Ember and Wade. And here's the regular Blu-ray, which also has Ember, Wade, as well as some of the other water people. Yeah, I'm wondering if Pixar is putting an end to the 2-disc regular Blu-ray. I really hope they don't. But yeah, I really enjoyed Elemental. Glad it did well in the theaters. And it's also doing really well on Disney Plus. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking out Elemental if you haven't. Great, great, great movie. All right, that is my VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray update for today, September 26, 2023. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be a comparison video of 3 different versions of The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.